Imagine you're designing an app or website, and you want to make sure it's easy for people to use. That's where usability testing comes in. It's a key method in human computer interaction and user experience design. Usability testing is all about watching real people interact with your product to see how they actually use it. It bridges the gap between what designers think users need and what users really do in practice. For example, you might think a feature is intuitive, but testing shows users struggle with it. Let's look at some real examples. Here we see people using smartphones with different apps and interfaces, each showing how users interact with technology in everyday scenarios. This person is browsing a furniture website on their laptop, checking out products in a realistic online shopping experience. And here, someone is controlling a smart speaker using their phone app, selecting music in a home setting. These examples show how usability testing reveals real user behaviors across different devices and contexts. Before diving into usability testing, you need to define clear goals. What specific aspects of your product are you evaluating? A vague goal like "make the app better" leads to vague results and wasted effort. Instead, use the SMART criteria to make your goals specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. For example, instead of a broad goal, ask something specific like, how intuitive is the checkout flow? This is measurable by success rates, achievable within your resources, relevant to user experience, and time-bound by setting a deadline. Now comes the casting call for your usability testing. You need to recruit users who truly represent your target audience. Think of it like finding the perfect actors for a play about real people using your product. Start by seeking diversity in demographics and behaviors. A mobile banking app, for example, shouldn't just test with young tech-savvy designers. Include retirees, small business owners, and people with varying comfort levels with technology. Jakob Nielsen, a pioneer in usability, recommends testing with just 5 to 8 users per round. This sweet spot catches most major issues without wasting time on diminishing returns. To avoid bias, use screener surveys that filter for the right participants. Ask about their background, habits, and experience to ensure they match your audience profile. The goal is simple. Observe real users, the everyday people who will actually use your product as they struggle or succeed at the tasks you've set. Not tech experts who might breeze through everything. With clear goals and representative users in place, the next crucial step is creating realistic tasks that mirror actual usage. Imagine Rebecca, our front-end developer persona, trying to discover new music on Spotify. Instead of vague instructions, give her specific scenarios like complete a purchase on the app or find customer support information on the website. These tasks should feel natural, letting users explore without hints. Avoid guiding them. Simply observe their experience to uncover real usability insights. Step 4 focuses on setting up the right environment for usability testing. The choice depends on your resources, participants, and goals. Let's explore the main options: lab-based, remote, and in-context testing. Lab-based testing happens in a controlled environment, like a dedicated testing room. You bring participants in person, set them up with the product, and observe directly. This works well for detailed observations, but requires space and equipment. Remote testing uses online tools, allowing participants to join from anywhere. Platforms like Zoom or specialized services such as user testing make this convenient and cost-effective. You can recruit globally and record sessions easily. In-context testing observes users in their natural environment, like testing a mobile app while shopping in a store. This captures real-world behaviors and context that lab settings might miss. Many teams use hybrid approaches, combining remote preparation with in-person observation or lab control with field elements. Whatever you choose, consider the tools you'll use to record results effectively. Now that you've set up your environment, it's time to run the sessions and observe. Picture yourself as the facilitator, guiding a user through tasks while carefully watching their every move. Your role is to observe, not to influence. Intervene only if instructions need clarification. Use tools like screen sharing to see exactly what the user sees, or eye tracking to follow their gaze patterns. Always record the sessions for later review and detailed analysis. Pay close attention to where users hesitate, get confused, or make mistakes. These are your gold nuggets of insight. In a lab setting, you might use a one-way mirror for observation, as shown in this diagram. Or in a remote office environment, collaborate virtually with participants. For example, testing a flight booking site like this one from Priceline, you'd watch how users navigate search results and complete purchases. The infinity loop reminds us that observation feeds back into the research process for better iterations. You've collected data from your usability sessions, it's time to analyze the findings. Think of it like being a detective, examining clues from real users. You'll look at both qualitative insights from observations and quantitative metrics to spot what's working and what needs improvement. Start with qualitative analysis. This involves thematic coding of your observations, grouping similar user comments and behaviors. For example, if multiple users struggle with the menu, you code that as a navigation issue. This helps uncover the why behind user frustrations. Next, dive into quantitative data. Look at metrics like success rates and task completion times. For instance, if task 2 only has 60% success, that's a red flag. Use simple charts to visualize patterns, like this bar chart showing completion rates across different tasks. Now, identify patterns and prioritize fixes. Combine your qualitative themes with quantitative data. Which issues affect the most users or cause the biggest delays? Rank them by impact. Maybe navigation problems first, then button sizes. This ensures you tackle the most critical usability barriers. Finally, use these insights to iterate on your design. Make targeted improvements based on the data, like simplifying menus or enlarging buttons. Then retest to see if usability has improved. In a real example, an app developer fixed navigation issues after analysis, boosting user satisfaction by 30%. When conducting usability testing, it's important to avoid common pitfalls that can skew your results. Leading questions can influence users to respond in certain ways. Testing with too few users misses key issues, and ignoring the context of how users actually interact with your product leads to unrealistic findings. To get the most out of usability testing, follow these best practices. Test early and often throughout development to catch issues before they become costly. Keep your tests simple and focused to avoid overwhelming participants. And always prioritize the user's perspective, observing their natural behavior rather than assuming what they think. The benefits of usability testing are substantial. It leads to improved product usability by identifying and fixing real user pain points. It increases accessibility, helping you comply with regulations like the EU's Accessibility Act, and it boosts user satisfaction, creating products people actually enjoy using. Even indie developers can participate using free tools.